Well, problem, a log of all records accessed directly may both overstate and understate what a user actually knows. What does it mean? When we are using this information, you are logging all of the records. You are logging all of the records that a user can have. Um, First of all, it may be a very big database. After sometimes, for example, 1 year, you have recorded all the information that has changed and any access to the database, any user has any user that has uh, had access to that database had been written into that file and into that audit report. And so it's a very big um, database. You have the main database, and now you have another one. You have another one. Is there a picture? You have the picture and the sound? Yes. Oh, okay. Fine. It may have some problems about the information that a user knows, both more than real and less than real. Actually, the information of the users of the system can be overstate, which means more than enough, and understate, it's less than enough. I will give you an example later. Yes, yes. That's why this can be used for critical data, for example, banking. The banking system is very important, critical. Many hackers try to hack the banking system. There are lots of money, so it works. It's a trade-off, actually. It works in an important system, but in some systems, small sites, applications, maybe it's not necessary to have all logs, all the audit reports, because it's so expensive, as you said. So the designer of system must decide which one is better to have in this much of information. Or maybe they can just have maintain the records um, for a predefined time. For example, 3 months, 1 month, 1 week, 1 year, and then delete the information. Database security is a broad area from the points of legal, ethical, policy, and system-related issues. And threats to database can be in the form of loss of integrity. Loss of integrity means you lose the correctness of the information. Improper modification of information. Someone come and change the information, change the records information, but you don't want to this. You don't want these changes. These are improper modification or changes of information. Then, yes, concurrency, integrity, all of this. Do you mean this concurrency and integrity, CIA and availability? Yes, thank you. There are three important issues, as Mr. Qasim, I think, wrote. It's three important points: C and I and A, as he said. C means consistency, I integrity, and A availability. In many systems, now that you refer, I can give you an example. For example, a system like Amazon, eBay, uh, big commercial systems, Google, they, the availability may be much important than, for example, integrity in Google. In Google, the integrity may, or consistency may not be as much as important as availability. I think Google is availability is much important because the data is not critical. If you go and search something in Google and it give you, for example, a result, maybe you go to that site and you see that the site is not available anymore. It means it's not correct information, but it's not important. It's not critical. You will not lose anything. You just search something in Google and it brings it to you, and you have one site. You go to that site and the site is not available. It's okay. You go back and you go to another site. But if you go to Google and you see that it's not available for 1 hour, for example, for 5 minutes even, it's very important. And you don't like this to happen, actually. So here, loss of availability is important in many systems. Legitimate user cannot access data objects. The users that are legal, that are real users of that system, cannot access. So you have loss of availability and loss of confidentiality. It means that unauthorized disclosure of confidential information. What's confidential information? It's private information, actually. Confidential, you can see, say private. Confidential information, for example, you don't want anyone to see your phone number or address of your home. It's about a person. We have in more important issues in government, for example. In government, there are many information that are confidential, and so we will have some sort of algorithms and methods for that kind of information that are so important. And we have it in the next session. Database works as part of a network of services. We have a network of services. It means very different services we will have in a database. For example, we have applications. We are using applications every day. And actually, we have database in every issue of our life. You cannot have a website without database. You cannot have an application without database. So databases are um, in every level of our life, for example. Then we have here web servers, firewalls, SSL terminators, and security monitoring system. SSL stands for SSL stands for